Our dear Ustaz Sheikh Abdurrahman Ahmed, he mentioned very important issues. Indeed, I have also studied journalism and communication in Turkey. He mentioned everything properly. Today, media is the first power, not the fourth power. Before, it was talked about the fourth power, after politics, after justice and other. Now it's the first power, and we see the reflections of it everywhere, not only in Nigeria, in United States, in Turkey, in Islamic world, in Christian world, it doesn't matter. So we have to follow the media very well. But as he was finishing, he mentioned very important issue, the effect, the impact, positive or negative effect of social media. Social media indeed not started with Facebook or Twitter. Before, there were some other types of social media. However, in the last 10 years, we are witnessing that, especially this mass communication social media, starting with Mark Zuckerberg's Facebook and later on Twitter and some other many local, regional and global social networks affected our lives, lifestyles, politics. It was maybe 3 years ago a dream to see a different ruling in Tunisia, but in Tunisia a political change happened, which was named as Arab Spring or Arab Bloom. And the effect of social media in the last events, especially in Islamic world, in Arabic world, cannot be neglected. But more than these political changes, the effect of social media in the lives of people, not only Muslims, is very important and mostly, unfortunately, damaging. We are witnessing a social media not respecting to family values, not respecting to moral values, local values. So what will we do? As Muslims, we said we have to do something. Instead of condemning, we have to bring an alternative. And Alhamdulillah, now I will talk about our project. Salamworld is a social platform, social media platform based on Islamic values. However, addressing to all human beings, not only for Muslims. Believe me, many Christians, many Jewish people, many people in the West, in Europe, in US, in Canada, they are also seeking and looking for a much more cleaner, secure and respectful to family values and moral values. They are looking for a media like this. I participated in a convention as this RIS convention in Toronto, and I had a speech as this, 5-10 minutes in a dinner, gala dinner, and one day later a guy came with a ranger hat, and later on we learned that he is one of the chiefs of Toronto police. He listened me one day ago in that speech, and he said, I was affected. You said you will have a social media respecting to family values, moral values, and said, is it possible also my daughter can she enter? Of course, I said, this is a global social media and open for everyone. Yes, we started to establish Salamworld. Inshallah, hopefully, Salamworld will be opening at the end of this year, in December. But the official launch will be maybe in February all over the world, but we will start testing, broadcasting in this year, at the end of this year. This will be the first social media of Muslims all over the world. Nowadays, many bad things happening all over the world, but unfortunately, we as Muslims passively criticizing, condemning, massacres, genocides, moral degenerating issues, just condemning. But condemning doesn't remove these damages and harms. So we have to do something solid. We have to do something concrete. Salamworld is established for this. How will be Salamworld? Now I want to tell about this. Now all over the world there are almost 3 billion social media internet users, and almost 2.5 billion people use internet, use social media. And in Islamic world, our population is not so less. 1.7 billion Muslims existing, and 350 million of these people use internet, and 300 million of them use social media. But when we remember social media, we remember Facebook, Twitter, some other specialized websites. However, Muslims, they don't have their own social media. 300 million using internet, and this number is estimated in 5 years, this number will be 700 million. Because in United States, in Western Europe, the internet usage is satisfied. 85% of people, they use internet. So their rate will not increase. The rate and ratio will increase in Islamic world, in Africa, in some other Asian countries. In Bangladesh, the usage of internet is 2%. In Iraq, 3%. While this number is 50% in Turkey and almost 60% in Malaysia. So the number of internet users in Islamic world will increase. Also, in parallel with this, the social media users will increase. So our world deserved and needed their own social media, respecting their own values. We have 3 pillars. This is very important for us. No haram inside. We will not let any haram issue in our social network. This is not only for Muslims. This is for also, as I am mentioning repeatedly, this is also a must for Christian people, for Jewish people, people who are respecting moral values. There will not be any trace of adultery, please forgive me, any pornography, any violence, any terror, anything will not be in this network. For instance, in current existing social networks, I will not give the names, you can see many profiles of terror organizations, Muslim or not, it doesn't matter. But we will not let this happen in our network. You can see, I'm telling the truth, that's why I have to say, I saw a presentation made to us by a Swiss company, and he proved us in current social networks, you can see many bad pictures of pornography. But we will not let this in our network, inshallah. First pillar is no haram. Haram means dangerous. Dangerous to mankind, not only Muslims. For instance, alcohol is haram because it's dangerous. It's not dangerous for Ahmed. This is also dangerous for Alexander. This is also dangerous for George. So we will not let any haram thing in our network. Secondly, there will not be any politics. What do I mean? Of course, individuals, they may have their own political views and may share, but our network will not direct to people any political direction. This will be a platform. People may express their own political views in this network. And the third is no barriers. What does it mean? No cultural barriers, no political barriers, and no language barriers. Inshallah, our network will be multilingual, multicultural, so people will exchange their ideas, their views, and their feelings in this network. Salamworld, dear sisters and brothers, is a universal Islamic alternative to popular social networks. Universal, not local. It will be a global social media. And there will be Islamic content by Muslims for all human beings.